Have you ever heard that inflation is just prices going up? Well, that's only half the story. The real truth is that inflation means your money is losing its purchasing power over time. It's not just that things get more expensive. It's that each dollar, each pound, each euro you hold buys a little less than it did before. To truly get why inflation is a constant in our lives, we need to look at how money is actually created in our modern world. So, where does money come from? Most of it isn't printed by the government. It's created as credit. When a bank gives out a loan, whether it's a mortgage for a house, a loan for a new car, or a business loan, new money is essentially created and enters the economy. This expansion of credit is what fuels economic growth. It supports spending, encourages investment, and helps create jobs. Think about it. If the amount of money in the world stayed exactly the same while the population grew and we produced more goods and services, things would grind to a halt. People would stop spending, debts would become a huge burden, and the economy would shrink. This is why central banks don't aim for zero inflation. They actually target a small, controlled amount of inflation, usually around 2%, to keep the economic engine running smoothly. Another major piece of the inflation puzzle is government spending. When governments spend more money than they bring in through taxes, they have to cover that gap. They do this by issuing debt, which is then bought up by financial markets. Central banks often step in to help this process along by keeping interest rates low, making it cheaper for the government to borrow. All of this new debt and spending increases the total amount of money circulating in the economy. And when you have more money chasing the same amount of goods and services, the value of each individual dollar goes down. That's inflation in action. Interestingly, this system has a built-in feature. It tends to favor people who borrow money over people who save it. Imagine you take out a loan today. In 10 years, thanks to inflation, you will be paying back that loan with money that's worth less than it was when you first borrowed it. This makes debt easier to manage over time and is a key reason why our modern economies are so heavily built on credit and debt. It encourages borrowing and spending, which again drives economic growth. But what happens when this carefully managed system gets out of control? When inflation starts to rise too quickly, it creates serious problems. If prices are increasing faster than your paycheck, your standard of living goes down. The money you've diligently saved in a bank account starts to lose its value, eroding your wealth. This creates a lot of uncertainty for everyone, from families trying to budget to businesses trying to plan for the future. This is the tightrope that central banks walk every day, trying to encourage enough growth to keep the economy healthy, but not so much that inflation spirals out of control and hurts everyone. For you and me, the impact of inflation is quiet but incredibly powerful. The cash you have saved isn't just sitting there doing nothing, it's slowly losing its ability to buy things. Even with a seemingly low inflation rate of 2 or 3% a year, the effect over a decade or two is massive. Understanding this isn't about trying to get rich quick or outsmart the market. It's about understanding the fundamental rules of the financial system we all live in. Inflation isn't an accident or a temporary glitch. It's a core feature of how modern money works, driven by credit expansion, government spending, and deliberate monetary policy. It's woven into the very fabric of our economy. Thanks for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that breaks down how the world really works. See you in the next one.